Everybody, welcome back. April 8th, National Empanada Day. Yes, we are making empanadas today. I've made them before, but I wanted to try a new recipe today. There's so many variations on empanadas if you research it on the internet. Every Spanish culture, every country seems to have their own version of it. There's some from Puerto Rico that friends have told me about. I have a friend of mine's mom makes them. She's from the Dominican Republic. This particular recipe today we're doing is Argentinian empanadas. Figured why not? Let's try it. A little bit different. Some different ingredients than I'm used to with the capers and the chopped egg. But we're going to see. I'm also cheating and using the pre-made empanada dough discs that you buy in the freezer section, because I didn't feel like sitting here and making a whole dough today and everything else. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what you need, and let's hope this is a good one today. I love empanadas, so let's hope this is a really tasty recipe, okay? Okay, for our empanadas today, we need a pound of ground beef, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, 1 red bell pepper seeded and diced, 2 tablespoons of parsley, 1 large onion finely chopped, 2 tablespoons of capers finely chopped, some olive oil, 2 hard-boiled eggs roughly chopped, and 2 cups of chopped canned tomatoes. Oh, you're also going to need your empanada discs, whether you make them yourself or you store-buy them. Alrighty, let's get started today. So we're looking for a medium-high heat, I guess. A couple tablespoons of olive oil in our pan here. Going to let that heat up. And then we are going to start by sauteing our onions, okay? That's our first thing, probably because they take usually a little longer than the other stuff to saute and cook a little bit, cook down. So we're just going to heat up this oil, and we're going to start with our onions, about 5 minutes or so, just till they're cooked down. We're not looking to brown them or anything. They're going to continue to cook as we keep adding stuff. So we're just kind of want to saute them a little bit, about 5 minutes. Okay, and then once you see they're kind of softened and translucent, now you're going to add your peppers, your diced red pepper, okay? And you're going to do the same thing, cook that for about 5 minutes. Just keep an eye on your heat. Make sure that you don't want to overcook your onions, okay? You're not looking to, burn your onions. So just keep an eye. You stir it every minute or so just to make sure everything's moving around and cooking evenly. Alrighty? Once those have softened up a bit, now you're going to add your tomatoes, okay? And we're just going to let this simmer just for a couple minutes, and then we're going to add all of our spices and stuff. We just want to make sure all of this gets mixed in together really good, okay? Alrighty, and everything's mixed and softened up really nice in our tomato mixture here. Now what you're going to do is add your ground beef, but you want to break it up as you add it. I guess that'll help later. I mean, you're going to break it up in the pan anyway to make sure it's nice small pieces, but it probably makes it a little easier to do it as you add it. Gives you a little head start. Okay? So just add all your ground beef, and then we're going to mix this all together. We're going to just let it simmer and cook until everything is nice, all the meat is nice and browned, okay? Okay, quick correction. When you add your meat and you mix it all together, now you want to add in your spices too, because this all has to cook and pull out these flavors of it, okay? So I'm going to sprinkle my cumin, my smoked paprika, my capers, I should get all of that, and my parsley, okay? So we're going to put all of this in there and mix it up while the meat browns, and that way it'll really pick up those flavors of the spices, okay? So just do this, let it simmer, let it take its time and really build the flavors, okay? And once it's all browned, we'll add our last ingredient and then we'll be ready to start making some empanadas, okay? So our mixture is nice and browned, okay? Most of the liquid has cooked off or evaporated. We're going to take our chopped egg now and stir that in. I know that's weird, right? Chopped hard-boiled egg, but that's what it says. I don't know if that's traditional in other countries' recipes, but in this Argentinian recipe, that's what it says. Alrighty, so we're going to mix that in, and then we're just going to let this cool down for a few minutes. We got our discs ready and our cooking sheets, because usually I deep fry empanadas when I've done them before, but I never tried baking them, and I'd like to try baking them this time. I'd like to see if we can make it a little healthier by baking it instead of frying it in the oil, and see what it comes out like. So I have my cookie sheets with my parchment ready to go, and my empanada discs ready to go. So I'm just going to let this cool down just for a few minutes, just so it's a little bit easier to work with, so it's not so steaming hot. Okay? So we'll be back when it's time to fold our empanadas. See you in a bit. So I have my filling cooled down. I'm using my little cookie ice cream scoop, and I'm going to put a scoop of this in the center, because you don't want to overfill these. I'm kind of using that for portion control more than the actual scooping part of it, okay? And then you just want to fold over your empanada disc and pinch the edges, okay? Use a fork to pinch the edges together, and then make sure it's pinched together. Sometimes it doesn't pinch so good, but that's what it's going to look like, okay? Onto our baking sheet. And we're going to do that with a whole bunch of these until we have these sheets filled, alrighty? That's what you do, it's that easy. Be right back. Okay, so there's all our empanadas. We got a lot of empanadas today. That's okay, because we're going to eat them. I wish I could send some of these out, but unfortunately I can't. What you're going to do now is just take an egg, beat an egg, and you're going to do an egg wash, and you're going to brush all of your empanadas with this egg wash, just to give it that nice, shiny, glossy finish when it comes out of the oven, you'll see. Okay, our oven is preheating, so we're going to do a 400-degree oven for about 25 minutes, but it's baking, so keep your eye. Alrighty? See you in a little bit when these come out of the oven, nice and hot and shiny and delicious. Alrighty, there they are, fresh out of the oven. Empanada Palooza. We got about 30 empanadas here, and we just took them out. They're nice and crispy. We're going to let these cool down. I've never done baked before, so I'm anxious to try and see what the dough is like. I usually fry my empanadas, but I wanted to see this and see what the difference is between the two. Alrighty, so these are going to cool down a little bit. We got to find something to add. This needs cheese. You know me and my cheese. I got to have cheese with something. Maybe a little queso dip to dip these in. Alrighty, we'll see you back in a few for the tasting. Alrighty, Empanada Palooza. And this isn't even all of them. There's still more over there. But we want to try one. So let's see. I got a little queso dip here just to give it a little more spice, and we love cheese anyway. Really good. I think I actually like the dough baked rather than fried. Gives it a different consistency. I mean, fried is good too. Everything fried is good. But it makes it kind of more chewy. Whereas the fried ones tend to be crisp, you know, obviously crispier. But I really like these a lot. Take one more bite with some more cheese. Look at that, with some nice queso dip on it. So the meat in there. Really, really good. Now, I'm going to have to give some of these away. I can't ship them. So I'll have to stop at my mom's house, drop some off. Because the toughest critic is my brother. Very picky eater. So I want to see if he likes these. If he likes them, I think we're good to go. But I like them anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alrighty? Empanada day, everybody. There's tons of different kinds you can use. Tons of different kinds you can make. If you know somebody who makes them, hit them up. See if they'll make some for you. If not, really easy. Buy the Goya discs and just make the mix yourself. And really, really simple. About an hour and you got 30 empanadas. Invite some friends over. Margaritas. We forgot the margaritas. See you tomorrow, everybody.